rivalry that goes all the way back to Game 1 of the PWHL. Now let's introduce today's starting goaltenders. Kaylee Osborne, 11th straight start, record of 5 wins, 5 losses, all in regulation this season. The 23-year-old from Westport, Ontario, looks to extend that win streak to 4 and get her first win against Toronto. For the Sceptres, Elaine Chuli gets her second start against New York this season. She stopped 37 of 40 in their last meeting with the Sirens. It was a 4-3 win for Toronto on December 21st. And Becky, that was also the last loss the Sirens had. 200 PWHL games since New York has won in Toronto, never inside Coca-Cola Coliseum. Looking to change that here. The Sceptres, meanwhile, have hardly had home ice advantage this season. They want to bounce back big. Both these teams will get some time off before their next games in the league. New York getting to work. Captain Zandy Hart drops it off for Turkowski. Throws it on Chuli. Rebound into the far side. Out comes Daryl Watts. Tries to flip it in. Not as effective as Lauren Bernard, former Sceptre herself. Gets it back in Toronto's zone. Spooner trying to handle the puck. Bourbonnais.
Well, that's the shot you want as your first shot. Julie was a little bit surprised. I think that first one that came in on her, Turkowski.
And here comes Natalie Spooner on a breakaway. Osborne had it and no chance there on the rebound.
Oh, what a chance. Natalie Spooner has had so many good chances this season.
Malte and Turnbull coming in with the exact same number of face-offs taken, although Malte, the only Sceptre still sitting above 50% at the dot. Out comes New York. Rose, cross-ice feed. Now Casey O'Brien. El Harchi to the far side, looking to pull it off the wall. It's a good rim. Here's Harmon. Harmon, who played some heavy minutes in Hamilton. Of course, that game did go past 3-on-3 overtime and to a shootout.
Well, she was good in that game as well.
They win it in the New York zone. Shelbin to send it down for Gentry. Connors as well. The far side, Dalton. He stepped off the puck. Emma Gentry sends it back into the zone, but the Sirens are there. Anything's possible. These Sirens really proving that. A young team, but a team that can be dangerous because of their fearlessness, says Toronto head coach Troy Ryan. To the point, Bourbonnais, who tries to float it down. Battle back in the neutral zone. It goes Bernard. The crowd taking exception to that.
I think they wanted a hold. They may have a case.
Still will play on. Allie Simpson gets her stick on it out to Levis, who picked up the game winner against Montreal on Friday. Sirens have had a little bit of a rest here. Billiet tries to cut through the middle, and Van Buren has her. Good stick from the rookie. New York looking to carry it out of their zone. Gerard blows a tire. That sends everything back below the goal line. Kristen O'Neill, who's having a hot start, takes a hit. Back out comes Maddie Wheeler with 6 points. The rookie going off her hands. Left out of the danger zone, O'Neill. Loose puck picked up by Watts. In comes the Sceptres. And to set up with numbers. New York able to take away the lanes. Zandy Hart will settle it. Zandy Hart, the only rostered player on New York with a game winner against Toronto. Fast. Keeps it on her stick, but a big collision with Kelton Kova. We know Kelton Kova's not afraid to go after veteran players. Saw it against Poulin. Now Kiara Zanin over to Spooner. Spooner looking for the feed, disrupted. Back around, broken play, and yet again, Ella Shelton shovels it back. Shelbin, it bounces off, and there's the cover. Sends it down. Both these teams have played 10 games. That's a third of the regular season over. Shows how quickly things go. Fillier looking for her options. Has Rose far side. Her pass broken up. Out comes Dalton trying to play it ahead for Connors. Simpson to collect. With a near wall now. Gentry puts it on. Oh my, Connors flies in. Just a little bit too much heat on that.
Oh, Toronto doing what they do, which is shooting from everywhere.
Well, New York has certainly been the team that has outshot most of their opponents. They got heavily outshot when they faced Montreal last time, but came away with the win. Cherkowski to Fillier. Fillier just bowls over Dalton. Board battle in the Toronto zone. Out comes Harmon. Goes to the far side for Chalmerson. Still looking for her first PWHL point. Shelbin and Van Wieren getting to work. In they come. One-timer. Gets blocked. Oh, and a little nifty play by Emma Woods. She calls for it again. Woods, a former Siren dating back to that inaugural season.
Once again, Toronto getting those shots through from the point. Now it's a matter of picking up one of the rebounds in front. They got to get a stick on one of those.
Dale Ross able to rim it. The play back in the neutral zone to that Norcross, who picked up her first pro goal recently. 2 games back, she's trying to work it off the wall, off the end boards rather. Still to the outside, looking for that space. Sandy Hart. Sends it down now. Vespa. Back out to Emmy Fecto. They'll hold court here. Sandy Hart again. Sandy Hart's lone goal in the PWHL. A power play game winner against Toronto.
Toronto looked like they just got a little crossed up in the D zone on that shift.
Here comes Nyland Person. She opts to send it around. Daryl Watts trying to poke it ahead. Has Turnbull in the neutral zone. Shelton. Backhand pass for Turnbull. Turnbull for another way, kept to the outside. Sirens able to clog up the middle, but here's Shelton. What a block from Maddie Wheeler. She puts it up ahead for Gerard. In comes Fast. Not a Fast. Not necessarily playing the same heavy minutes as per pre-injury, but third game back since. And in comes Natalie Spooner. She tries to drive the net. Looking for a rebound opportunity, but still without a goal inside Coca-Cola Coliseum. Five wins to Toronto's 4 at the dot so far. Very even. Malte ahead for Zanna. Flips it in. Sandy Hart takes control over to Nyland Person. New York unable to have a clean exit here. Tough collision there as Malte gets upended. Kelton-Kova to stay onside. Goes in for the chase. Back around, now Bourbonnais. Patient, Bourbonnais looking for the middle. Up top, Bernard. Kick saved by Julie. O'Brien and Kelton-Kova getting to work again. Pass taken away by Flanagan. Picked up at the far point from Bourbonnais. They'll have another go. Bourbonnais one time! And it fires wide left. Picked up along the wall by Cherkowski. Another chance for Bourbonnais this time. Kelton-Kova just turns and shoots, puts it to the near wall. Plenty of time here in the offensive zone for New York. Fillier with 1 goal on the season so far. And a kick save from Julie. Another chance here for New York. They had plenty of time buzzing around the net. And New York will have the face-off in Toronto's zone. Sceptres coming away with it. Malte in the corner. A good board battle for Toronto comes out with Spooner. As Zanin goes off for the change. That leaves Spooner down low. Connors looking to keep it in the zone. Fast to Connors. Just ahead for Gypsy Rose. And that gives the Sirens some space. Andrzejkowski.
Shelton was gapped up tight. New York just trying to chip it in behind her.
Villiers was looking for some friendly fire in the slot. Dalton brings it in. Gets the pass to Gentry. She's held up by Simpson. No go in the slot for Toronto. Both teams very effective here, but in the neutral zone, Dalton picks it up. And just like that, O'Neill handles business for New York. Out to Zandy Hart. A little bit of a tip from O'Neill. Oh, Shelton. It over to Fast. Lots of back and forth. As O'Neill comes in. The shot off Chuli. Big saves by Elaine Chuli here. As all of them have come in close. Van Wieren to take control for Toronto. As a change comes out, Hjalmarsson, Woods, and on the ice. Zandy Hart again. Sends it deep.
Kind of turning the tables on this one. Toronto had them hemmed in the bulk of the first part of this period, and then New York's kind of flipped the script.
A flurry of shots. Shots 8-6 right now. Just under 8.5 minutes left in the first period. Hjalmarsson and Woods behind the net of Osborne. She's watching on. Nyland Person to play it ahead. Peltonkova. Chance breaking out. Let's go Sceptres inside Coca-Cola Coliseum. Turnbull will settle it down for past fans. A tough hit on Baskin. No play on. Out comes Daryl Watts. Watts keeps it. Can't send her signature shot. El Harchi finds O'Brien. Good stick from Comfer, and it's offside. So plenty of chances for the Sirens, but still none past Elaine Chuli as we are goalless in Toronto. Neutral zone draw, Fillier wins it. Bernard to the far corner. Shelton looks back. Has Turnbull, quick touch from Watts, and out comes the Sceptres, just out of reach though for Comfer. People are feeling it, getting ready for the Olympics while also supporting the PWHL Stars.
So many of those teams are being announced right now, and so many PWHL players will be involved.
Malte, pass to Zanin, across for Shelton. Zanin keeps it, fends off Fillier. Net front though, and Nyland Person takes care of it. To get it out of the zone, Levis.
We see that all the time, players that just seem to light it up against one particular team or another.
Anyway, very determined Shelton is Gentry. Found a way to find the back of the net. The far side now in Toronto's zone. Flanagan. Over to Woods. Now Rose flips it right back.
Not sure why Chuli didn't set that one. Your defenders were waiting for her to set that puck as well.
Van Weeren trying to use the wall for Woods. Out comes Rose again in heavy Toronto traffic. Woods along the near wall. Change for the Sceptres. Rose looks up, has Simpson. Watts on the forecheck, Kelton-Kova. Puck is stripped. Down they go to the other end, and icing. Good face-off win for O'Brien as Bourbonnais takes the shot, a sprawling save from Julie. And there's the whistle.
A little desperation there. I think Lane Chuli knew that puck had an opportunity to come back off the boards and out front.
Well, the Sirens, they keep going, still looking for the first goal here in Toronto. Olympic debut for Kelton-Kova. Right now, get on the scoreboard. They're able to stop New York from grabbing hold as Turnbull comes in. Good shot, it'll break the face off. Out comes Malte, Spooner, and DeGeorge. It is the 13th forward in this game for Toronto. A good win for New York as Levis pulls away. Shelton cuts her path short, and now Malte looking to win the foot race ahead of Dale Ross. Of course, in her PWHL debut, Flanagan.
She did a nice job there. Malte is a pretty tough customer when you're in a foot race with her, and she does a great job to get in her way. Right there again.
We could pass out from the boards, but Zandy Hart and Nyland Person. Check that, Ross. Descended deep.
You get that first look at Dale Ross, and she moves the puck hard. She got some real pace on those passes.
Fargo talked about her having a heavy right shot as well. See if she gets an opportunity with that today. Quick movement from Rose to Fecto. She takes the hit, Rose again. Quick work from Baskin. The rookie defender for the Sceptres as Monroe is still out of the lineup. In they come on the rush, and it's back behind the net this time. Gentry. Toronto still in the zone.
I'm not sure how they missed. Well, what a chance. Hannah Baskin started that from the defensive zone too. A player that got herself back into the lineup today, and only 6D for Toronto.
Julie out to play the puck. As in comes Kayla Vespa. Vespa, who scored in that inaugural game back on January 1st, 2024 against Toronto. Dalton sends it to the far corner. Jalmerson, the half wall. Effective pass there for New York. Chuli to play it, not allowing Maddie Wheeler to pounce on it. Maddie Wheeler, who had 3 assists in her PWHL debut. 6 points already this season for the rookie. She plays it back fast. Sends it up. To Shelton. Woods across for Jalmerson. As Woods gets tangled up. Harmon. 2.5 minutes to go here in the opening frame. Toronto with 10 shots to the Sirens 6. Flanagan. Forced to send it deep again. This time it's Osborne. Plays it. Watts now with the feed for Turnbull. That one-timer can be so dangerous. Back around. Watts trying to find comfort in the slot. Along the far wall now. Turnbull and Watts. To retrieve. Comfort, Flanagan, they're in the neutral zone. Kelton-Kova. As Hartchi brings it in front of the crease. Jesse Comfort and Daryl Watts getting to work for Toronto. Watts blows a tire, and Bourbonnais.
She does a good job to contain her. You cannot allow Daryl Watts middle of the ice, and Bourbonnais does a nice job there.
Meanwhile, Lauren Bernard, her shot deflected into the netting. Sherkowski trying to weave through Bernard from the point. Bourbonnais, top of the right circle. Out comes Malte as she also slides. Bernard looking up for Fillier. Cover by Julie Fillier, who has not yet scored against Toronto. O'Brien and Rose. Kaltenkova. Brenton shoots off the pad of Julie.
There's where she's dangerous as well. That shot was from distance, and she's still got some decent wood on it.
Fast. Sceptres looking to get some shots off here before they head into the locker room. 5 of their previous 12 meetings have been scoreless through the first period. Archie. Now Gentry banks it. Gets it ahead for Zanin, but Simpson. Her pass taken now by Gentry. Less than 15 now, 12 seconds remaining in the first period. Board battle continues. 3 seconds to go. And that's where it will stay. No goals through the first 20 minutes. Plenty of back and forth shots. 10-8 for Toronto.
Well, there's 2 ways you could look at this period, which is both teams still looking to find their offensive stride. So both teams looking for some offense, but well played defensively. I like the way both teams played in their own zone, through the neutral zone as well. Some really nice step-ups, but managing to find a way inside and get some pucks on those rebounds is going to be the name of the game for both teams.
Well, coming up, Rob Pizzo hears from Sirens defender Dale Ross, and later a closer look at what happens when a defender breaks their stick. It happened to Ella Shelton in Hamilton, and it's captured attention around the league. Don't go anywhere. It's the first intermission inside Coca-Cola Coliseum. And New York has certainly been enjoying the spoils of 12 points in their last 3 games. That's what you get, 3 points for each regulation win. Make that 9, rather. It'll be 12 if they're able to close this one out in 60.
Don't get ahead of yourself here.
Yeah, jeez. Levis. The far side has Fillier. In comes Turnbull. New York. Back in the neutral zone, and Bernard really stepped up as an important defender for the Sirens.
We've seen it with a lot of players this year with the expansion, getting a second opportunity, and she's one of the ones I think has started to make a name for herself. Lauren Bernard, increased minutes, increased responsibility here in New York than what she had in Toronto last year.
Started with the Sceptres. It was a trade, and away she went. Spooner. All the way around to the far side. Zanin gets a stick from distance. And Osborne able to make a quick stop. Kaltenkova in the corner. O'Neill zipping around. Dalton. Toronto in the offensive zone. To set up Shelton. The far corner. Sandy Hart has to use the near wall for a good clear. A penalty-free first 20 minutes.
You know what usually happens after you say that? Found to have about 10 penalties this period.
Well, we'll have another icing though, Becky. Zone. New York wins the draw. Now Nyland Person sending it up ahead for Gerard. Quick work from the Sceptres to take away her space. She had plenty of it. Down goes Wheeler. Out comes Toronto. Harmon and Woods. Jalmerson send it around the boards. Van Leeuwen from the far side. Double teamed, and Harchi. To send it up ahead, and here's Kaltunkova with a nice feed this time. Stopped by Julie. Oh my, what a great play as O'Brien came in.
Lane Julie with a nice save.
Oh, and they score! Just like that, the New York Sirens with the first goal of the game.
New York with a couple of nice chances off of this sequence. Kaltunkova and Casey O'Brien as they look to connect. Kaltunkova ultimately the one with the tip on the shot. Kaltunkova comes in with a head of steam. Nice saucer pass, and Lane Chuli makes this first save. That's a beauty of a save as the puck goes back to the point. Watch where Kaltunkova goes, right to the net front, puts that stick up and says, hey, I want that puck. And she gets a tip on it. Now, we showed her hands in warm-up, that nice hand-eye. This is not an easy play. Puck's off the far side of her body. But she gets those stick and hands free out front so that she can reach that puck when it's on the right side of her.
Goal number 6 of the season for Kaltunkova. Half of those are now against Toronto. She had 2 in their first meeting and then opens the scoring for New York here.
Well, I said she can hurt you in a lot of different ways. And she looked good off that rush. Like I said, she can shoot from distance, but those hands, when she gets in tight, they're dangerous.
Sirens 2-1-1 when they open scoring against the Sceptres. Of course, Fillier as well now looking to extend their lead. A team that has certainly scored in bunches this season. Turnbull. Puck across for Comfort. Goes back the other way. Levis can't corral it. Does get ahead of Shelton. Now Toronto looks to get going and even things out. Harchi puts it up the near side, looks back. Nyland Person from the circle. Julie with the stop at the rebound. Loose and still loose. Oh my, that was saved. Not by Julie, but by a defender. Kaltunkova draws out Julie and off the post. This time the Sceptres. A little bit of a bad giveaway as Gerard finds the middle. Wheeler was there too. Zandy Hart off the boards and up it goes. O'Neill sends it around. Maddie Wheeler on the far side will put it to the point. That puck had some skip to it.
Another nice tip in front.
Nyland Person. The puck taken away by Savannah Harmon. And Toronto was able to get the equalizer in Hamilton. Then they got the go-ahead. Ultimately, though, Seattle tying that one and sending it all the way to a shootout on Saturday. Zanin takes a hit. The Sceptres. Spooner. Vespa and Bourbonnais closing out her path.
Osborne right out of the crease as she comes out aggressively.
Fearless now. Gentry steering the puck back into the New York zone. Ross, though she's played many more games than just this one.
Well, she looks confident, Dale Ross. I think they've got to be happy with what they've seen.
Oh, Fecto with a good touch as Fillier flies in. Julie to the wall. Now Turkowski with the feed. Rose is just wide. Coming in layers now. The Sirens. Simpson. Gentry able to pop it over to the far side. Dalton sends it up ahead. Connors going to stay below the goal line, now fast. Bring it in herself, Van Wieren and Shelton. Still playing up along the right side. A high shot. Woods back to the point for Fast. In with speed. A chance for Harmon. Fast again to the middle. This time finds Wood. Banked off the boards. Osborne comes out to play it. Covers the puck.
Well, that's a nice shift from Toronto and a nice response to get in some zone time. A few shots on goal.
Lots of back and forth, but it's Christina Kelton-Kova who strikes first for New York. Her team has also been shut out 3 times, so it has been a bit back and forth. Right now they have the lead. Icing.
Well, he did say based on the schedule, it's doable for a goalie to actually play all 30
For
minutes.
New York's schedule, they have no back-to-backs, but we're back in the Toronto zone, and another icing. There's been so many this game. New York in their own zone. The rim it, out comes Turnbull, though, or in comes Turnbull, rather. Along the goal line, back out into the neutral zone, Comfort. As fast, but here's Kelton-Kova. So fast will do it herself.
Not the player you usually want to chase behind the net. She just uses that net to come out and up the middle, and she can take the puck down the ice.
Casey O'Brien brings it in for the Sirens. Had Harchie in the middle. Kelton-Kova. Turnbull will stay to her. Zanin able to retrieve. Looking for her options. Throws across ice. Flanagan. Had Spooner net front. No go. Harmon. Zanin stays in step with Kelton-Kova. The Sirens now looking for a clean entry. Mentioned the back and forth. Few whistles in this game.
Savannah Harmon with a nice step up right there at the blue line. We've seen a lot of that from her this season.
We've got Spooner, Malte. It's just behind Malte, the pass.
There's
a 2-on-1.
For Toronto. They've had a lot of that as well, right? You don't put those passes on the forehand on the tape, and your offensive opportunity's gone.
Fillier and Levis. Fillier dangerously close, truly. The pad save off the glass. We'll have a penalty, our first of the game. Face-off win needed there, but the Sceptres able to stay in the zone as fast from the near point. Sends it over to Watts. Coming out on the left side. Pass through the middle. Once more, Watts up to Jalmerson across ice. Fast. Turnbull net front. Fillier thought she had a good clear. Toronto's power play. Now pushing to the neutral zone.
Great recovery. They just can't get it set back up.
Toronto is 1 for 2 on the power play against New York this season. It's Turnbull's goal. Zanin. Now fast. Watts from the high slot. Good block in front. Minute 10 to go on this 5-on-4. Watch out, O'Neill, who has scored some jailbreak goals in her career.
She'd have beat on that puck. Julie had to play it quickly.
Shelton brings it in. Forced to turn, pressed up along the near wall. The near point, Flanagan outworks O'Neill. Flanagan shoots, saved. There was even a touch by Spooner on the rebound.
She does a nice job to get a stick on that puck.
Comfort. One catches a skate. Ella Shelton. One-timer by Flanagan. 30 seconds remaining on this Toronto power play. First power play of the game. O'Neill doing her best to just keep chipping away at that penalty-killing time.
An aggressive forward check from New York on this penalty kill, and I think they're trying to force Elaine Chuli to play the puck.
They have allowed 7 power play goals, New York, so that was an opportunity, but we're back to even strength, although still capitalizing on some momentum. Harmon, she floated it. Woods was there, but out comes New York. O'Brien with speed. They'll throw it on the pad anyhow. One shot on that power play for Toronto. Another turn and shoot from Kelton-Kova. off the glass. Bourbonnais handles that. Under 9 minutes remaining in the second period. Passed up to Spooner. Just out of reach for Woods. Watts. A nice play from Kelton Kova at the wall to keep the puck moving in the direction for New York. Deep in the zone, Norcross is out. Good flip from Woods as she heads off for the change. Shelton separates the Sirens from the puck. Flanagan, though, trying to find some room, takes down Fecto.
Nice reverse hit. Callie Flanagan, it looked like she was in a little bit of trouble as Fecto got in on her quick.
But they're still deep in their own zone, Toronto. Zandy Hart coming in along the hash marks.
These teams both throwing just a heavy pressure at one another, and neither of them really been able to get anything set up or clean exits out.
Oh, Chuli loses her stick as she heads out. So Chuli without a stick. In the Toronto zone is New York. Ross at the near point. Comfer. The Sceptres needing to get out of their own end here as Chuli without a stick.
We have another segment on missing sticks, Daniela. This time the goaltender. Chuli gets out and gets it now. The puck goes down the ice.
I mean, I'm here for it. You and Rob did a great job in the intermission.
Good.
Wheeler sends it around there. Chuli plays the puck with her stick this time. Connors, the good feed for Dalton. Dalton passes it back, but Fillier. And that sets up New York. Levis to Fillier. Oh my, that was dangerous.
Baskin gets a good stick on that, although that pass was a little in behind.
Another chance for New York. Sirens. One whistles by Chuli. Shelbin, 6.5 minutes to go here in the middle frame. Shots now 14-13. Osborne covers it up. Shots even now at 14. Toronto was in the offensive zone. Now they're looking to find a way back in. Natalie Spooner has Malte. Tries to put it up ahead. Zanin gets a touch. Shelton driving towards the net. Play broken up. It's been tough for the Sceptres to really get some movement behind the net of Osborne. Neat play up for Czerkowski. Zanin. Stretch pass to Spooner. Both teams will stay on.
Looking to stretch the zone out. The only problem with those stretch passes is you've got no support, so now you're a lone player in on the rush.
Daryl Watts retrieves, nice pass for Comfer. The shot off. Another chance here for Jesse Comfer. It's a one-timer fired by Watts, saved by Osborne. So they've had even more chances, but Toronto's still trying to find a way past Kaylee Osborne. New York leads by 1. Right now, the Sceptres having all of the hometown crowd behind them, still looking to even the score. Under 5 minutes left in the second period, Watts brings it in. Comfort net front. Over to Harmon this time. Harmon! Pass taken away.
A couple nice defensive plays. And really, New York doing a great job of keeping Toronto outside. Daryl Watts in particular.
Taking away lots of lanes, able to make some very important blocks. Ella Shelton leads her team in blocks. Coming into this game with 26. Zandy Hart playing in her 60th career game. has yet to win in Toronto. She was not part of that inaugural game, dealing with an injury early on in her PWHL career. Fast. Pops it up ahead. Simpson. Check that, Osborne. Find Turkowski, a good stick from Shelton. There's Woods. Zips it back down.
I think with a goalie like Osborne, you really got to be good on those dump-ins. You don't want to play the puck around to her, so cross-corner dumps, or you got to get it up higher along the wall so that she can't come out and play it.
And we're into Shelbin. Steered aside easily by Osborne. Jalmerson. Osborne seals the post. Fillier brings out the puck and gets it back in the neutral zone. Good stick from Shelbin. Versus New York to look for another way in. They find it.
That's the way in right now. Toronto's D are standing up in the neutral zone really aggressively, so chipping pucks in behind them.
Woods takes it off the boards as we get a line change for the Sceptres. Norcross looking up for New York. Brings it through the neutral zone herself. All the way around, and Vespa has some options. Fecto from the point. Cross now for Bourbonnais. Bouncy puck. Spooner gets a touch. And once again, New York able to get ahead, bring it back below the goal line. Malte looking to find some speed. And she gets it. Malte! Shot deflected by Nyland Person. Zanin. A little extra sauce on that shot. Spooner. Looking for some help. Malte can't get there fast enough, so New York plays it ahead. Shelton with a great move to find Zanin. Zanin for fast. Ross in step with the veteran defender.
And that pass just, again, off the stick, so you're coming into the zone trying to create some offense, and the pass has got to be on the forehand.
Shelton to fast, less than a minute and a half remaining. Shelton shoots, it's high off the glass. Comfort collects, sends it back for Watts. Watts now to Comfort, the top of the circle. Stays out of the net. Another chance to throw it back. Turnbull. Harmon. Flanagan. To set something up for those net front. Trying to stay in zone. Turnbull. Flanagan jumps on it. Callie Flanagan. This time. She had support from Watts. 50 seconds remaining. A good save from Osborne from distance. Watts gets it back for the Sceptres.
Good job, Zandy Hart.
A little touch to Harmon. It goes into the netting. Toronto in the offensive zone. 35 seconds remaining. Shelton will keep the puck, but once more sends it down. And Osborne, very comfortable. Banks it off the inboards to her own players. Now Connors. It below the goal line. The far side, Dalton and Gentry in blue. In comes Allie Simpson. She'll send it off Chuli off the pad. 3 seconds remaining. New York leads after a goal from Christina Kaltenkova. Helped by Jinsey Rose and Casey O'Brien, both those players' 4th assists of the season.
Well, New York did exactly what it is that Toronto is trying to do, which is throw a puck on net and see if you can get a tip on it. Christina Kaltenkova is able to do that and puts her team up 1-0. Right now, Toronto not able to get anything going in front of the net. any pucks that they've had in there, shots they've had from the outside, not able to get those rebounds. So right now it's a matter of bearing down when they get to the middle of the ice to see if they can tie this one up.
Oh, we already showed you how good Flanagan has been in this game so far. Coming up in the second intermission, Rob Pizzo will be joined by the Sceptres defender, and we'll get to know Christina Keltonkova even a little better. She recently joined the Jocks and Jills podcast with Tessa and Julia. 1-0 New York in Toronto through 40 minutes. Of course, winning, want to keep winning. They have a 10-day stretch before their next game will be at home, January 16th. For Toronto, they don't play again until just over a week from now, Wednesday in Boston, January 14th. So time after this, it's all about these 20 minutes and what they can do. Points at a premium. Malte was in the slot, but the puck goes by her. For Toronto, despite the shootout loss in Hamilton, that 1 point has them in that tie with New York. They're the same amount of games played as well. Only 4 teams will make it. A nice play by O'Brien to get the puck in the slot. Flanagan having a great performance.
Oh, she's got wheels, and she's got that ability to pick the puck up and skate it down the ice, transport it one zone to the next. And you saw her do that again, get that puck down. Toronto gets some zone time.
Turnbull trying to shake off Wheeler. Fast at the point, distance kick save. Rebound taken care of by O'Brien. Check that, Watts has it now. She plays it through Keltonkova's legs. That's fast. Van Weeren patient, back to fast. Looking for Watts in the circle. Van Weeren turns and shoots. An easy save for Osborne. Flanagan at the near point. As Rose to get it out, but that just gives the Sceptres some time.
Molly Simpson went to run some interference in front, but wasn't there for the reverse pass behind the net.
Flanagan. Oh, good stick from Wheeler. They get in a bit of a foot race. Icing will take it all the way back to the New York territory. Sceptres to stay in the O zone. Wheeler passes it ahead. Now in the neutral zone. Comfort to close in on Simpson. Gerard from the far point. Wheeler with her. Over to Vespa, just out of reach. So we'll head the other way. Speed from Zandy Hart. Rose pass, and we take it away by Dalton. Zandy Hart. Shelbin on the blue line. Back and forth. Dalton to basket. The Sceptres on the move. Turnbull. Goes it towards the net. Head the other way. Fecto and Vespa. And Fecto shoots. The puck. Oh my goodness. Julie, unsure where it was, able to cover. It's off win for New York. They'll fire it right away. Levis. Levis off to a strong start as well here in her third season with the Sirens.
Back on a line with Sarah Fillier. They've got a lot of familiarity, played a lot together last season. Greg Fargo has changed his lines a lot, probably more than any other coach in the league. And Toronto's lines have stayed pretty much status quo most of the season, but Greg Fargo's have changed quite a bit. Players like Sarah Fillier have gone back and forth, center to the wing. Christina Keltonkova, the same kind of thing as he takes his young team and tries to figure out who's got the best chemistry and who's going to lead together. So he's gone back to these lines that he used in Dallas.
Fillier at the dot. Nyland Person in the neutral zone. The Sirens have a 1-goal lead established just over 8 minutes into the second period. Gentry going to use the near wall. Bouncy puck. Zanin looking to settle it. Out it comes. Gentry at the far side.
Jalmerson in the near corner. Zanin looking to help out. Board battle that's drawing 5 players that way. Island Person wins it. Comfort takes the option away. Flanagan to Harmon. Up now for Jesse Comfort. Immediately 2 Sirens are on her.
That's where you need the quick post support.
Connors has Spooner. Spooner brings it net front. It's loose. Zandy Hart able to push it. Flanagan, patient, blocked by Kaltunkova. Harchi.
Kaltunkova took that one off the hand when she came out to block.
Sirens looking to use their speed. O'Brien have another chance. Pass over to Gerard, doesn't connect, but Rose sets up in front. Turnbull and Connors. Turnbull goes down, no call. Only 1 power play this game. There was a penalty shot awarded as well. Kaltunkova ringing the post on that one. Would have had her second goal of the game.
It's one of those games where it kept it pretty clean. Some strong hits, but
Turnbull drives towards the net, pulls and shoots, looking to go 5-hole. Osborne has it covered.
one of Toronto's better chances, but Blair Turnbull just can't pull it to that far post. And Christina Kaltunkova, as she comes out to block this shot, and she gets it right in the palm of that left hand. She's trying to get off, hoping that her team get the puck out. They can't quite get it out. Watch this, boom, throws a little bit of a hit here too. Of course, the shoulder was fine. It's just the hand, and off she goes. She takes a look at it. That's a stinger.
Toronto wins it in the New York zone. Woods on net. Now Jalmerson trying to bat at it. Van Weeren on an angle. We were looking to clear. Woods was there, but Bourbonnais as well in the white jersey. Flanagan across for Harmon. As Jalmerson, she'll dump it and go for the change. Watts is out. Watts on a 4-game goal streak. To keep that alive. Shelton takes it herself this time. Looking in the middle.
Bourbonnais with a great battle in front to take away Emma Woods.
So effective to limit the net front presence for Toronto. Fast. It's blocked by Fillier. Bourbonnais turns. Turnbull out of reach. Quick touch from Fast, but Fillier has it now. Sarah Fillier drawing 4 Sceptres her way, taken away by Shelton. Former teammate Norcross doing the same. Kept off the puck by Fast. Bouncy puck, now the Sirens have it again. Fast and Turnbull. Up to Watts this time. And they find a way past Osborne. They can't find a way in close.
So many of these attacks, both teams have been individual efforts, no help, no support. So you see the defensive team just converge on the puck.
More than 7 minutes into this game, into this period rather, the third. Toronto still looking to even things up. Baskin, patient, takes it around, looking for Shelbin. It pops into the crowd. Still a 1-0 lead for New York here in the third.
Toronto GM Gina Kingsbury just to the left of us, and if we lean in tightly, maybe we'll hear some of the secret conversations they're having over there for Toronto. But she's got some big decisions coming up, of course, as a GM, both Toronto and of Team Canada. You know, you always think about the pressure and the stress that those decisions have on the players, but imagine what it's like to be the coach, and you got to make some really nice phone calls. You've got some ones that aren't so nice either coming up, and as they make their Olympic decisions.
Troy Ryan, head coach for Canada, head coach of the Sceptres all 3 seasons. As from their own zone, New York comes in with speed. O'Brien. Sandy, our one-timer from Nyland Person, and a good stop from Julie.
And that might just be where you get your offense from. You get that pass that goes from one side to the other, the quick one-time shot. So now you've got everybody who's got to reset. Your goaltenders, your defense, everyone's got to reset one side to the other. They get the shot through. Elaine Chuli does a nice job to hold on to this one. Nyland Person gets a lot on that one.
Nyland Person once more. The shot just high on the glass. New York active on the rebound. Casey O'Brien trying to go backhand. Dalton Clover blows a tire, and Spooner need to regain some control, comfort. Sends it back to Fast, and Shelton now getting to work. Shelton, who was all over the puck, especially in the first period.
She was looking to go up ice a little prematurely on that last regrouping. No support pass.
Villiers battling through blue sweaters, looking to find a way. Chuli.
On how did she get through and still got a stick on this puck? Elaine Chuli makes a nice save. You got a dangerous player at Sarah Fillier. She's coming through with a head of steam. There's 3 blue jerseys right there, but she still manages to get her stick on the puck. Not once, but twice. Elaine Chuli's got to make a pair of good saves. Pick up that rebound, make the second save. That's the nice one.
New York from the face-off, Levis. The shot steered into the far corner. Czerkowski. The near point, Rose finds Villiers. Cross-ice pass picked off by Zanin. And that sets up Gentry. Gentry has Connors, but the pass taken away! Down the middle, though, some support from Zanin. It's not enough, and so we've got a rush developing the other way. This time, Chuli sends the puck onto the near side, and back and forth we go. Connors carries it in, but Toronto goes for a change. 9 minutes into the third period. Sceptres looking to even the score on home ice. Certainly has not been an advantage this season. Shelvin. Get the puck over to Watts. Carried out quick from Bourbonnais, who will just flip it. On the left side, O'Neill will send it around. Watts as well. Bourbonnais. A good play off the half wall. Shelvin to Turnbull. There's Watts patient. Out to Dalton this time. Vera Van Wieren to free the puck.
All of Toronto's rushes right now have been a line change, so at the end of a shift. So no reinforcements once they cross the blue line. Everybody else is changing.
We've got another penalty on the way. As Bourbonnais and Van Wieren get into it.
They get tangled up, and looks like it's Bourbonnais. It's going to go to the penalty box. Well, they're going to take both. So both players to the penalty box, so nobody's any worse for the wear. Take a look as they get tangled up. Van Wieren gets her stick up just a little bit and gives an extra little shove.
A veteran defender, I would say, though, for New York, that is a bit tough because you lose Bourbonnais.
2 minutes, holding. Toronto penalty, number 25. 2 minutes, roughing.
Bourbonnais looked like she had a smile on her face, so I don't think she minded that interaction. And this game, it's been pretty tame. 10 minutes left in the third period. Maybe emotions are going to escalate. We'll see, Daniela.
Pretty tame compared to their last outing with Montreal, where both New York and Montreal had more than 20 hits each side. Very physical game. So 4-on-4 opens up the ice. And this gives Toronto some space to get on the board. Less than 10 minutes left here in the third period. Comfort, check that. Dalmerson goes hard into the end boards. O'Neill loses the puck. Comfort out to Shelton. Fast. Gets going, working it up the right side. Still kept to the outside. Toronto's Struggling to find the middle. Comfort to Flanagan. Flanagan from the circle shoots. It's high. Off the glass. Flanagan goes and gets the puck back herself. Harmon. Off the bench comes in as extra support. 4-on-4 right now if you're just joining us. Malte, aggressive. Turnbull out as well. She separates Zandy Hart from the puck. Casey O'Brien still in control for the Sirens, driving towards the net. It's kept out, but that was dangerously close.
I think that hit the bar. Julie was just pulling off that post a little.
Watts facing that pressure from Kelton Coven. It's almost too easy for the first overall pick. She back the other way, and a big collision as Turnbull is the hit. Okay, I spoke too early about the big hits in this game. So did you, Becky.
Well, it's normally not at 4-on-4 that you start to see the hits. A little bit more ice, it's a little harder to get hit usually.
Pass to Shelton. Toronto won't be back in this building until March. They have one more home game on the schedule. That will be played Battle on Bay Street. Spooner trying to hold Shelton. Pressured. Pushes the puck ahead, but Fillier's got plenty of ice fast. In front. Fillier goes down. Fast. To play it ahead for Spooner. Spooner to get around O'Neill. O'Neill so fast. There's a kick behind the net of Julie Hartshee with speed. Puts the shoulder down, it pops off the pad. Still alive here in the zone for New York. O'Neill. Zandy Hart at the point, across this time. Island person, Zandy Hart. It's blocked by one of her own. Back to 5-on-5. Good opportunity here for New York to add to their lead. Spooner, though, takes it away. Short pass for Van Wieren.
And again, just as you think they maybe are going on offense, they need a dump and a change.
Woods tries to keep it in the zone, but just like that, Decto sends it around. Gentry pushed off the puck as well. Less than 7 minutes to go. Woods gets it out to Harmon, doesn't connect on that pass. He's just short of a year ago that 1-0 was the final score in a New York-Toronto game in New York. It was an overtime. And Eldridge scored the game winner. Shelton cuts in front.
Once again, she's in there all alone.
Some support now from the Sceptres. Got a board battle. Stalemate here would certainly benefit New York in the sense that they're buying more time, ticking down time. Hjalmarsson has to put it towards the net. Malte, she slips.
That's all you're looking for if you're New York right now. You don't necessarily want to ice the puck, but you'll do it to relieve the pressure that Toronto's been putting on. Daryl Watts, who goes into Kaylee Osborne after this rush, it clips her, takes her out from behind. Osborne a little bit slow to get up after the fact, uses her stick as a bit of a crutch to push herself back up, but seems to be all right. Second time in 2 games she's taking the brunt of one of those crashes.
Some of that early in the game against Montreal, but then bounced back, had a great game. 42 saves, most in the PWHL in a single game. 4-3 win in regulation. Plenty of scoring there. Very different story today in Toronto, as the Sirens stare down their first win in this city since that inaugural game more than 2 years ago. Flanagan. That's a good block for New York. Spillier. They can put on the speed. Levis looking back. Kelton Cove's goal, the Only one so far, 2 power plays, or only one rather, one advantage so far in this game. Connors putting on the moves, runs out of room.
Just no support again on entry. So you're looking at individual efforts as they cross the blue line, but you want that player that's quick, close support so you can move the puck.
Villiers puts it ahead. Harmon just in front of Levis. Kelton Kova have the puck. Time is just kept ticking by quickly here in the third period. Toronto yet to be shut out this season. We go back to a 3-0 loss to Boston last season, April 26th. And the point, Sandy Hart to Nyland Person. She turns around. It's for Sandy Hart. Van Weeren for the Sceptres now. Trying to get it ahead for Connors, who goes down.
Well, New York just doing what they need to do right now, just eating the clock.
Oh, Kelton Kova coming in with support. Had Harchie there. A quick 2-on-1 developed. Harchie. That gets it out to Bernard as O'Neill goes down. Bodies in the slot, confusion. Truly has eyes on the puck.
Toronto just looking for a clean exit right now. And again, the problem is by the time they get out of their zone, they're going to be looking for a line change. So again, you're going to take away your opportunity to do something on the rush.
Under 3 minutes remaining. Have to wonder, will the Sceptres consider pulling Chuli if there's room for it, right?
They got to get the puck down the ice.
They got to keep that possession as in quick is Fast. Fast tries to throw it on an angle. Gerard and Spooner on the far wall. Flanagan. Less than 2.5 minutes now. Fast. And to float it over for Turnbull. Flanagan takes it. Looks to put it on net. Turnbull's there. And Julie about to make a break for the bench. Avoids an empty netter. And that's about the biggest reaction we've had from this crowd in a while.
A lot of saves. She's halfway to the bench. She's got to come back.
Well, now she's fully out. So that was her last save there as she takes a seat, and they'll look to try to even this out. 6-on-5.
Well, Toronto giving themselves a lot of time with the goalie out. You're just under 2 minutes. They're down by 1. Elaine Chuli makes maybe her best of the game. She's coming out. She's got to stop. Acrobatic. She turns. That's like a safe at home kind of slide. And a little baseball in her background as she makes that slide. Diving save.
Watts. Patient takes the shot. Good clear, but Shelton will get their first time of the essence here. Turnbull.
That kind of sums the things up, I think, for Toronto and the way it's been going here tonight. When they get the regroup, go to make a quick up pass, miscommunication between two players, and they ice it. So Elaine Chuli is going to have to come back into the net. They'll be looking for a quick, clean exit so they can get her out again. Claire Turnbull back in to take this face-off against Casey O'Brien.
Minute 34 remaining. Chuli back in net. Kelton Kova. The pass taken away. Dalton. Offside.
So once again, a reset. You wonder if they're better off to chip that puck in, get it in deep below the goal line, and see if they can get anything established with the forecheck. New York's really been smothering on the zone entries. Nice job keeping them outside. You want to create a little bit of chaos sometimes. It's getting in on the forecheck and seeing if you can create a mistake.
Turnbull and Fillier
Truly back out.
need to win this. A kick from Dalton, win the face-off. I mean, Watts puts it down to Osborne right now. Outstanding for her team. The way she has played that puck has helped tremendously. Fast, thinking the zone in the glove.
She's able to walk right in and release that shot. Just looking for the flash screen, but everyone's a little bit slow to get there. So Osborne sees that one right into the glove. Renata Fast picks it up off the wall, walks to the middle of the ice, and she's able to step right in, but there's nobody there in front of Osborne's eyes.
Fast to Watts. Watts from distance blocked. We're in the final minute. 6-on-5 empty net for the Sceptres as they look to tie it. Wheeler pushes the puck back below the goal line, now along the wall, Fast at the point. Cross for Watts. Watts turns and shoots. Oh, and it bounces out for Turnbull. Shelton along the near wall, back out to Fast. 33 seconds remaining. Watts looking for a lane. Spooner net front.
Well, Spooner doing a really nice job in front. She got a stick on the first one. Not able to get a stick on this second one as she plants herself right out front. There's that shot. Just can't get a backhand on it. Blair Turnbull comes in on the forehand off the side of the net. Kaylee Osborne makes another save. So they've had the traffic on this latest sequence. Daryl Watts with that shot.
Shelton, 25 seconds to go. Still 6-on-5 up high from Fast. Shelton gonna get it net front. A good play from Fillier. She kicks it fast to Shelton again, this time to the far corner. And they hold the blue line again. Kelton Kova! 2 goals for the #1 pick, now up to 7 on the season and 4 against the Sceptres.
Now she's just having her way with Toronto this season. What a rookie campaign so far for Kristina Kaltunkova. She finds the back of the empty net. She gets to this one first, puts it right down the ice, right into the middle of the empty cage, picks up her second of the night. And there hasn't been a ton of goal-scoring chances in this game, but the ones that there has been, she's been a part of a lot of them for New York.
.5 seconds remaining as the Sirens will end a nasty losing streak in Toronto while continuing the red-hot streak they're on right now. Make it 4 straight for the Sirens. 2-0 over the Sceptres. The first win for New York in Toronto since that very first game in the PWHL. It was a shutout then, and it's a shutout tonight, 3rd of the season for Kaylee Osborne. A 2-0 win for New York, both goals by Kristina Kaltunkova. A 30-save shutout for Kaylee Osborne. Thanks for joining us inside Coca-Cola Coliseum. On behalf of Becky Keller, Rob Pizzo, our entire production crew, and the PWHL, I am Daniela Ponticelli. Good night from Toronto.